this video, I'll be doing a quick overview of the POS Tablet app. I currently have my tablet open here and I have the app installed. I'll go ahead and open it to start the demo. The POS tablet is a customer-facing tablet where your customers would see your logo or whichever image you'd like to display on them entering your business. It has the ability to communicate with the POS system. I'll open up the POS and keep the POS tablet in view. The customer facing tablet allows the customer to see what you're doing on the POS. For example, if I'm adding items to cart, the customer facing tablet updates and the customer can see exactly how much their total is going to be. It is also useful in cases where you need to issue quotes or invoices. For example, if I were to issue a quote for this customer and I need to capture their details, I have one customer here. I'll go ahead and select it. They can see on the customer facing tablet that the details being loaded are for a John Doe and they can verify that these are correct. If changes need to be made, you can edit the customer and update that information. For example, if it were a Jane Doe and not a John Doe, you can update this and they can see the edit in real time, making sure that you are capturing their details correctly. Another useful feature that the POS tablet offers is when a customer would like to accept a quote, they can actually sign for the quote on the customer facing tablet. On the point of sale app, I'll open up quotes and select the quote I just created now. And I've got an option to accept the quote in person. I'll go ahead and click on that. And then you need to capture the name and surname of the person accepting the quote. In this case, I'll say it is a Jane Doe. And then we can click on accept quote. And this starts a flow where the customer then on the customer facing tablet would need to accept the quote. The very first step would be to verify their details. If for whatever reason the details are incorrect, the customer can click on incorrect and it will cancel the flow, and then you can get the updated details and restart the flow to accept the quote. After verifying their details, they can actually view the quote on the customer facing device, and then the next step would be for them to accept the terms of the quote. And on the last step, it would be for them to actually sign for the quote. If the customer were to provide an invalid signature and submit that, back on the POS app, you can actually see the details that the customer has submitted, for example, the signature, and you can ask the customer to rectify any issues by clicking on back to edit acceptance, and then they just need to go through the acceptance flow again and then actually provide a valid signature. For example, this being a Jane Doe, they'd be able to sign for this quote on the customer facing device. And then from here, I've taken the quote along with the acceptance and I can now create an invoice. I'll set it for month end and I'll say no payment has been made yet. And I'll now create the invoice. Now that the invoice has been created successfully, I'll just hide the customer facing tablet for now and open up the invoice that was created for the customer. On the right is an invoice preview, and if I scroll down, you can see here I've got a quote acceptance that captures the person's name, surname, the date, and the signature showing they accepted this quote. The final feature that the POS tablet offers is the ability to perform marketing, as the tablet is always facing the customer. By default, It is set to display the company logo. However, you can change this by clicking anywhere on the POS tablet. Doing so, you'll then click on the Images button. By default, you'll only get your company logo and a black and white version for receipt printing. You can add a new one by clicking Add New Banner Image and then selecting a file you'd like to upload. In this case, I've prepared an image that just says welcome to and then the company logo. And now I will click and select that image to be used as the banner image. Now, when the customer walks into the place of business, they will be greeted by the welcome screen on the customer facing tablet, or you can run promotions on the customer facing tablet.